interested in this a bit because that is obviously in your head. You understand it inside out.
Yeah.
Let's start from here. Okay. Right. So they're saying you are required to produce a healthy promotion poster or leaflet. Okay. The poster or leaflet must be aimed at a population in your own field of practice and must cover a current issue to be explored in your summative essay. In addition, you must produce 500-word rationale, which demonstrates its importance and relevance to your chosen population. Okay?
Yeah.
This assessment forms the foundation for your summative essay. As such, whatever you present will be developed during your summative assessment, which is probably the second part of your task. Yeah. Right. So let's look at what is the problem there. So what you need there, the very first important thing you need, is try to identify an issue, the relevant issue. So what relevant issue did you identify, which is current?
Suicide. Suicide. The relevant issue in the population is unemployment.
But what did you identify that you want to do?
The one that I chose would be ex-offenders and mental health.
So if you look at ex-offenders and mental health, you see it's too broad, so it doesn't help you at all.
What would you say? The other one would be maybe, because I don't want to keep doing ethnic minority because they're gonna think I'm crazy. You know, since my first year degree, I've been dabbling in that assignments. I've been getting good grades in it. Now I need to move away from it. I don't know.
Yeah, but it also, I mean, I think what an issue you want to explore, an issue should not be too broad. Need to be
so
tied.
Keep it at one topic. Keeping at one topic.
Yeah.
I would say suicide.
Okay, so let's take suicide for example. Okay. So if you write suicide on your paper there.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Let's think what you might be talking about. So what is it you want to talk about this particular suicide?
The rate of suicide has increased and it's affected the population. There's other triggering factors that causes suicide, like environmental, socio-economical, and the strains on individuals, I would say.
Okay.
What do you think?
Right. No. Let's see what your ideas. Okay. How big they are, how they actually are not focused. So they're just Alice in Wonderland. So let's look at it together. Let's see what happens. So so the first you need to think of, so suicide. The moment you have suicide, the first you need to think of definition of suicide, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you need to define what suicide is, and then in your epidemiology paper or epidemiology module that you were actually learning, right? Which I hope you had covered in class because this is the public health. Now you had these words, okay? So you had epidemiology, you had prevalence. Do you remember those words?
Yeah.
Mortality, morbidity.
Yep.
Okay. So incidence. Okay. So then the other words you had, which again is in your public health, you look at the demographic.
Yep.
Okay. So let's start first applying demographic suicide. So what comes to your mind when we are going to look at demographics?
Demographics, then it would be the area that's the highest suicidal rate.
Okay, so geographical distribution of suicide.
Yeah.
The others, which are very important.
Yeah.
Which ones are the other demographics you may think of?
The others would be the socio-economical. Is that what you mean?
No, that's not demographic.
Demographic would be the population of men in there or female.
It's a division of male and female.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So the division of male and female, that's what you learned. What other demographics are important?
What would you say socio-economical status, employability rate, opportunities, education would be in the demographics of an individual? Is it a poor demographics?
They are all under demographics, yes,
Yeah.
but we need more. So you have gender. What else do you have?
Cultural diversity. No.
That it just comes under ethnicity. That's all. Which you obviously, or you want to talk about religion, yes. But there's one which you are missing, which is important.
One that I'm missing in demographics.
The moment you talked about gender, what comes next? Just think of the, if you are running a questionnaire.
Age.
Yes, very, very important. Okay, so now there you are. So we are trying to say now, mental health, okay, or suicide, which you talk about it, is too broad. Can you see?
Yeah.
All right. So we need to narrow it further.
Suicide and mental health.
No, stick on suicide. What we are looking at is suicide is a big broader term. So we need to narrow it down. So we can narrow it down using the demographic knowledge we have. So if we take the first you mentioned, which was gender, you may focus on suicide among
men,
either male or either female.
Yep.
But still, this male or female is too big for you. So you may need to think of age group.
Adults.
Yeah, if you want to put adults, then you make sure that you obviously adults are split. Yeah, you have younger generation, it's still their adults, and they have middle aged, and then you have older age.
So I'd say young adults.
From which age to which age?
I would say from 21 to 25.
To 25.
35.
Sorry, 35.
Yeah, or 31. Make it.
All right. So you have, so now you have suicide among 21 to 35. Now you need to have justification for that, which you call rationale. Why have you chosen that particular group?
Okay.
Yeah. The next thing we need to think of is the location, okay, which is still under demographic. Are you going to? We need to be specific. Which location are you going to focus your study of this issue? Is it going to be the first is rural, urban? Yeah. So and then obviously you may probably think of here specific in the probably the borough where you're going to work. Yeah, or local area where you are. What is that local area? Maybe within the postcodes from A to RG something to RG something. Okay. So you are narrowing down what you want to do. So a specific issue is a suicide. Yeah. So among 21 to 35-year-olds. Yeah. And so you're going to be inclusive. You're not going to focus on a small specific gender, or are going to put a focus on male, or are going to focus on female.
Yeah.
Are you going to do both?
No, just male.
Okay, just male. Okay. So then you need to think of why. Yeah. So why this male? Okay. That's your justification.
Rationale.
Yeah, rationale. So you need to have reasons. So the reasons are more likely to be probably from your reading, you think this is the most group that is affected by the suicide rates.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next is what do you want these people to do? What is your intended intervention, and what changes is going to happen?
intended intervention would be more suicidal awareness, more support networks.
Okay, so you want these people, okay, to be aware of the suicide.
Yeah.
Okay, so the poster is going to be the instrument that actually you're going to use to incorporate your message.
Yeah.
Okay, so your message, now let's think what is going to contain. What do you think? So if you are saying you're going to raise awareness,
Yeah.
the question is, why do you want to raise awareness?
Yeah. So obviously I can research and find out exactly the statistics and give my reason of choice. Yeah.
Mm.
And then secondly, I would say I would narrow it down, like you said, in my poster. So male, age, the reason I chose the group, the area that I'm going to focus. The reasons would be, what are the causes of suicide? What are the preventions? What are the policies and regulations in place to prevent it? And then as a student, as a nurse or a mental health practitioner, what is it that I want to implement or raise awareness for interventions to recommend? Yeah, or not? Am I still Alice in Wonderland?
Be careful there, because what you're doing,
Ah,
you are focusing on the role. It's like you are just educating the general public. Here, you are more focused. The focus is, why do you want? For example, if you are teaching me, okay, you want me to know, okay, that there's this suicide, which I'm probably more risky to it because of my age. That's what you are trying to say. So if I was 21 or 25 or 26 or 35, okay, so you are looking at me as someone who is at risk of committing suicide, because that's what your statistics say. Okay. So what you want me to do is obviously to reduce that risk. So therefore, when I'm saying why, you need to find out, why do these people commit suicide? All right. So there must be reasons why they commit suicide, which is you're going to try to find out.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, if it was me, I'm telling you, okay, oh, don't know. Last week I wanted to kill myself, and you said why? Because I'm unemployed. Right?
Yeah.
Now, so if I'm unemployed, then obviously your message is helping me. How can I get a job?
Yes.
Do you follow?
Yes.
Because it
So
might mean I'm not. Yeah, where can I get help? Where do I go to go? I don't know how to go to job center. I don't know how to write a CV. I don't know how to write a letter. So these are the things we're going to investigate. Why these particular group of people, obviously, they have a tendency to commit suicide. So what you need to do is give them the messages that can overturn that.
Yes.
Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you need to be thinking of. So think of, okay, what is the intended healthy outcome from these particular people? Okay, so if they have no knowledge, you are going to improve their knowledge, okay, or knowledge of different problems they face and how they can overcome them. Because usually it's because they don't know where to turn to. They may not obviously know the availability of services that can support them. Okay. Yeah, so that's what you're trying to do. So at the end of it, what you do is that your measure here is the total outcome is going to be the reduction in the number of suicide among these age groups, okay, who are men within that localized area.
Yes.
Am I making sense?
Yes, very much. So is that the total outcome is to reduce,
yes,
rather than to educate? What am I implementing to reduce suicidal rate?
Yes, exactly. The suicidal rate among 21 to 35-year-olds within that particular local location which you will choose.
Yes.
So that's the total healthy outcome, or the final healthy outcome. But you're going to have other objectives within that will going to help you to achieve that. Yes. So one of it is to distribute these leaflets where you're going to contain. So you're going to put your message into these posters or leaflets. And then you need to know how we're going to distribute these leaflets, which means you need to know where are these people more likely to access them. Because if you put at a place where they don't go to, they're not going to collect your leaflet at all. So you need to have choices how you're going to distribute these leaflets. You may actually go straight to their homes and then give them, or if they gather somewhere, young people, I know they have got the young people services. They have some local services that they have. So you can go into that local area and you leave them there. Or nurses, these public health nurses who walk around in the public places, you can leave them there. Okay, you can leave them at the NHS, you can leave them at the surgery. Yeah, so you have got it all different places where you can distribute them. So which means within that particular leaflet you have produced, you need to tell them where they can also find further information, which will include your leaflet where it is found.
So the theme I need to keep in mind is it's a health promotion poster. It's not an education poster. It's a health promotion poster. And I need to just show my rationale for the choice, show which area I'm focusing on, and the end outcome of reducing an intervention on how to help them. Yeah. Yes.
So those are the messages that are in your head. They are in your head that is going to help you to develop the poster. The ultimate goal is to put a message in the poster that will change the thinking of these male aged between 21 and 35. So you need to think of what messages are going to put in there. Now, remember, that message is aimed at intending to change their attitudes, change their belief, change the way they're thinking, and change the knowledge they have. So in a sense, what you need to do, you need to have is, why do these people have tendency of committing suicide? So you're going to have studies which have shown different reasons that these people give. Do you follow?
Yes.
So then you need to try to see. So for example, okay, as I gave you, if I'm saying I wanted to kill myself because obviously I'm jobless. Okay. So you see, I need the first is, why are you jobless? Okay. They might say, oh, okay, because maybe I didn't go to school. Okay, I have no qualification. Or because I've never attended any training at all, or I'm frightened to attend the interviews, or I don't know where to go to look for work. Okay, so you're gonna see they are totally stranded. They don't know what to do, where to go. They need money. But them to have money, it means they need to work. If they can't work, they can't find money unless they end up stealing. If they steal, they're going to be arrested, and then they'll be in prison, which is even worse off. Okay, so the content of your message is going to be trying to help these people so that they can have the knowledge. So now they have no knowledge of where to look for work, for example. Then you direct them where they can find work. So which means in your leaflet, at the very first, you need to explain what actually is suicide. Okay, and you need to have reasons. So you are going to have a section where, why do 21 to 35-year-olds men more likely to commit suicide, or what are the reasons that cause these people to commit suicide? So you need those reasons in the paper. So that's one of the section in the leaflet. And then in the next, you are saying, how can we actually help? Okay, so which means you are looking at what they have said, and then try to find out, to give them an idea of what they should do.
Yes, inform them.
Okay. Inform them. Yes, exactly. So in that way, you see, if they have that knowledge, you can see they are not going now, when they meet that situation, they're not going to try to think of committing suicide. No, they're going to think of going to the job center, look for work. Yeah.
Perfect.
Is it making sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I also in this leaflet add helplines and stuff that they can utilize?
Yeah, exactly. Where to turn to. Yeah. So your last is, where else can they get help? That's what you're trying to do. Yeah. So trying to do what other services are available that they can help this group of people. But you want to refer them to the services that are going to support them in relation to the causes of suicide.
And what about raising awareness amongst the public as well?
you're going to have too much because you have a limit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you may want to do a lot of things. Definitely, yes, you can do the whole United Kingdom, but definitely you want to get any mark because the reason is you're going to find yourself difficult to write the whole of it. So just need to pick one issue. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. I'm with you now.
All right. So let's read it again, okay, to make sure you understand.
Okay.
So you are required to produce a heavy promotional poster or a leaflet. So remember, this is a poster, or you're going to produce a leaflet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not writing a book, no. All right.
No,
so
I'm poster.
A poster. So a poster are going to have information normally in the bullet points. Okay. Yeah, to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the poster or leaflet must be aimed at the population. So in your own field of practice. So you are focusing on men aged 21 to 35, okay, who have a tendency of committing suicide. Okay. And you must cover a current issue. So your current issue is obviously a rising number of suicide among male aged 21 to 35.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what you're going to do. Actually, the same. That's what you're going to do in your next part of the assignment. Okay. You must produce a 500-word rationale. So justification why you have picked this. I've already talked about. Now, what you need to do is obviously look at the epidemiological words that you have actually covered in class. So we need to think of incident rates, epidemiology, or look at the prevalence, morbidity, mortality. These are the words which you're going to use, try to justify why, obviously, you need to target this particular group. Okay, all right. And it says which demonstrates that its importance. So the importance in a disease, okay, the disease is very strange the way we work in our health setup. A disease is important to us if it kills many people, okay, so within a shorter period of time. So that is important to us. That's very strange. It's different from doing business. Something is important if it gives you more profit, more money, but not in health. In health, something is important because obviously it kills many people within a shorter period of time. So therefore, we need to do something about it quickly. Okay. So that's why we come with these incidence rates, prevalence rates, okay, morbidity, mortality, because those signify the magnitude of the importance of what we are trying to talk about. Okay. Yeah. So therefore, we might take action. Because, for example, Ebola is very important. Why? Because it kills so many people within a shorter period of time, or it spreads faster through the contact. You see? Yeah. Yeah. So that's what you need, or because it has no medication or no vaccine yet. So the importance of health problem in our health setup is totally different from business. Okay, so it's the killing of people because we don't want many people to kill. We are there to save lives. That's the whole idea behind it.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Should we go?